Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, First Lady Margaret, the President of our sister country, Somalia, former Prime Minister, former Vice President, our speakers, members of Parliament, members of the private sector, friends, good morning. It's about 4 minutes to 11, and I hope it was not another way of telling me, Mr. Speaker, not to say anything. Because if we have to finish this by 11, then it means I have no time to say anything. 7 minutes, eh? 17. Okay, so yeah, I still have a few minutes. I do not know whether I should join those who said they were surprised that they were not expecting to speak, because I was not expecting to say anything myself, even though I knew I would be asked to say something. But after listening to our preacher speak to our hearts, because I think that is what he did, let me just say two things. First, to say that this prayer breakfast indeed is special. We've been here before, but this one is different, and it is special. And it is special in many ways. It is special when I saw the choir. I saw the youngest member of parliament here from Igembe Central, Mr. John Paul, and I saw the most senior, Professor Ongeri, sing. And although very positive comments have been said about the choir, when I was having a chat with the president, he told me, from the singing of these people, it is obvious that their talents lie elsewhere. But following in the words of Mother Teresa that were ably read to us by our preacher, I want to tell them, sing anyway. But having said that, truly, I believe this prayer breakfast is very special, because we have today graduated the handshake to the hug, which is, and it is good to contextualize, because the many people who write us off as Kenyans, they do so at great peril, because even though we could have our issues, but God has a way of bringing us back together. And God has a way of enriching the wisdom of our leadership to put aside the things that divide us, because there are many things that put us together. And I remember 6 years ago, and I had a very candid talk with my brother, President Uhuru Kenyatta. Then he was Deputy Prime Minister. And we had a candid heart-to-heart talk about where we were, the communities that we came from, the bloodshed that had been shed, the enmity that had been built. And I remember we said we are going to pay whatever price to be able to forgive one another and work together one more time. Many people did not believe that it was possible. In fact, many people told us, gentlemen, you are engaging in mission impossible. But with God, good people, nothing is impossible. We went ahead, put communities that had not worked together for years, that had shed innocent blood, that had caused hurt and pain. And God, in his own way, did not just give us the unity that we sought, but he gave us more. And that is why today, with what the President and the Right Honorable Raila did, I am confident that this country is going to go places. Professor Ongeri, sitting in our midst, remembers that we came for a meeting in Chebilat with His Excellency the President. Then, I remember standing there and telling the congregation, who were not too happy, that we know we've hurt one another. We know so many things have happened, but we ask for your forgiveness. The President is on record in the last State of the Nation address asking for forgiveness. And the power of forgiveness is what brings nations together, as we have been told by our preacher. And so, as we build the bridges of friendship, brotherhood, and unity, we must remember to resist hate, to refuse disunity, and to say no to a negative ethnicity, so that we can band together the entirety of the people of Kenya and live up to the words of Psalms 133:1 that my brother Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka referred to, which say how pleasant and blessed it is when brothers live together in harmony. I think we can celebrate that harmony together, so that on the basis of our unity, we can foster and forge integrity that will ensure that all our resources are not plundered, but they are used for the good of every citizen in our country. And we want to thank friends from all over the world who are standing with us to be able to achieve this. I do not wish to say more than that. It's now my very humble duty and pleasure